Hello, hello, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Maybe good afternoon, maybe good evening, whichever time you will be watching this tutorial. I hope you will enjoy this crafty session with me today. It's 6th of June today and it's my birthday. I'm recording this video for you to inspire you with this crafty session, with this mixed media card making. And I'm just drinking my morning coffee and I've pulled out few bits and bobs from my stash. I've cut out my paper already, so I'm trying to fix this video with not being so lengthy because I had some feedback that some videos are a little bit too long, so I'm just trying to squeeze a little bit, fast forward things, what's not necessarily to take obviously further explanation because it's pretty self-explanatory anyway. So without any further ado, I hope you will enjoy the crafty session. As you can see, I've got a few goodies around me, but I will walk you through the process what I will be making, and then you can take the ideas away and maybe you can create something similar. I've actually pulled out some goodies what I haven't played with for a while, and one of those it will be actually Lindy's sprays. I've got a few sets on my shelf sitting and I haven't used them for a while, so I thought, come on, let's get them used. Let's be creative because we already have them. Let's use them. Why not? We can actually implement things together and we can enjoy the process. So without any further ado, I'm gonna just grab a sip of coffee and we're gonna just dive into it to this card making tutorial. Okay, so I have a card base ready. As you know, I absolutely love making cards and the size DL, which is a 10 by 20 centimeters. Now, if you fancy a different shape, if you do fancy different size of your card base, then by all means, it's entirely up to you, whatever gonna work for you. This is what my favorite size is. And this is what the inspiration I will share with you today. So I have papers already cut out, and these are beautiful papers. These are actually from Stamperia, and I will show you what strip of paper I've used. So it's SBB 778. This one is from Atelier des Artes. This one's from Sarah Alcobendas, my lovely crafty friend, collections. So let me just attach those papers to the center and the back of my card, and then we can just concentrate and work on the front of our panel, on the front of our card. So I'm just gonna grab my glue, and I already punched out the corners and I've put those little slits when I can actually insert the white piece of paper where I can actually write the message for the recipient. Today's mixed media card I am making for one of my crafty friend who's just purchased the house. So I am creating a card with congratulations, and it's gonna be in the new house themes. So it's gonna be with, of course, some Formiran flowers. Of course, we're gonna have some texture happening, but for the texture, I actually will instead of creating a texture using texture paste and the stencil, I will actually use the embossing powders. I will also use the stamps, and I also will just loosen up, just think a little bit outside the box, and just make a good use of the goodies what I already have on my stash. So I have these center inside of my card, and I think this is pretty cool because we've got suitcases. So obviously when you're moving house, then obviously you have to pack some things. You may pack some partially in suitcases, you might pack into boxes, whatever the preferences you will have. I thought will be just really cool to maybe use those papers for this card today. And at the back of my card, I also will stick this banner, and I'm just thinking I will go with that as well. I can use this one. Either way, it's gonna be all right. Either way, it's gonna be good. So without any further ado, without any much thinking, let's just attach the paper to the back of the card, and then we can move on to the front of our panel. So there we go. As you can, of course, probably notice, I am keeping the wide little margin around my base. That's roughly like 2 millimeters little margin, and that's the way how I like to create. That's the way how I do enjoy the creative time. Okay, so I'm gonna just put my glue away, and for the front panel I've picked those two papers. Okay, this is a really cool one because it's got a bit of like a bricks, so that's gonna like kind of implement. It's gonna give us an imagination of the front wall, and on the front of panel I'm just gonna put this piece of a cardstock of this also from Atelier collection, but I will get some mixed media happening. I will get just a bit of a stamping and embossing, then I will create the layers with the chipboards as well. I've pulled out a couple of chipboards, and I've got this cool chipboards with the front door. This one's from Atelier des Arts, as you can tell, and this one's from the Sarah's second collections as well. So if you fancy to use those, if you've got those already on your stash, then by all means grab them. And as you can tell, I have a little bit of elements here already also lying on my desk. These are actually pieces made from the Sarah's Alcobendas molds and the soft clay. So I will be using those. So as you can tell, the main focus, it will be around the key, and it will be front door. So to add extra interest to the front of the panel, I'm gonna use the tracing wheel, and I will just create a bit of a interest by adding those little details. That way also the edges of my panel will get lifted up, so then that will create a extra dimension between the layers, and will give that extra like a pop. So it's not gonna be really like flat, it will be just really nicely standing out. Okay, and for that I'm using a ruler just to make sure my lines are really straight. If you're confident and you don't want to use the ruler, then by all means you don't have to, but that's something what works for me, just to make sure the lines are straight. I'd rather use the ruler than feel sorry later that my line might not be the way how I want them to be. So I'm just working on the front panel. There we go, adding a bit of a interest. You can also, if you have sewing machine, you can also use a beautiful stitch pattern on the front of a panel. Just sew your paper through the sewing machine. That is also something really cool what you can do. So I'm happy with that interest what I have. So without much thinking, I'm just gonna attach the bottom layer to my card base, and then I will work on the top panel with adding more interest to it. So I'm just gonna get my glue working, and I'm gonna attach the front panel. There we go. Okay, so that's what we have. So I'm gonna just leave that on side. Okay, so the glue will nicely get set, will nicely get dry, and then I've got a chance to work on the front of panel. So what I'm thinking, what I will be using for this, I will do a bit of a stamping, and I have Sarah's stamp set from Sarah's collection, and I absolutely love this crackle stamp. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do a bit of a stamping, and then I will emboss it as well. So I'm using a wool embossing pad, and I will add a bit of a interest by stamping those cracks on my front panel, like so. There we go. It's gonna be different, it's gonna be think, I hope. There we go. Okay, now I will emboss with gold embossing powder. This one's also from Wow collection. It's a gold rich, the metallic collection. So let's just sprinkle a little bit of a powder. Okay, and then we can just move this powder from side to side. Where is our embossing stamping pad was actually used to create that cool interest to our background. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit more on here. There we go. And I am happy with what I see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the excess back to my jar. Whoop! Okay, just be careful with that. I don't have these funnels, and that's something what I was looking at to maybe invest. However, I don't use the embossing powders often enough, but maybe that's something what obviously might change at some point. So for time being, I'm just using piece of a card, and that's how I am embossing and putting the excess back to my jars. So I will go away and I will heat emboss the front of a panel. I don't want to do that on this video because obviously it might be a little bit loud, but basically how I'm embossing, I'm just putting my heat gun a little bit, start working, so it's get heat up, and then I'm starting embossing from the bottom, so the powder is already get pre-melted, and then I'm just finishing off from the top. Simply I'm doing that because if I start from the top, then my powder will probably fly off before it actually gets set and gets melted. So if you start from the bottom, then obviously you have a chance to get your powder set in place where it's actually is stamped and it's where it's meant to be set. Okay, so let me just get that organized and I'll come back to you in a moment and I'll show you this beautiful texture what I have created using this cool stamp and embossing powder. So I'll come back to you in a moment and we're just going to continue with the next steps. Back to you, my lovely friends. Take a look how gorgeous embossing we have on our panel. This is absolutely beautiful, and it's so super shimmery as well. I love that. So beautiful. Okay, next step what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually reach out to my Lindis spray. This one is from Starburst collection, and this one is Pandorosa Pine Olive shade. It's got that beautiful shimmery effect in the mixture, so it gives that a little bit of a cool shininess as well to our project when it dries. And with the Lindis sprays, you don't have that ball to mixture inside of your container, so instead of like shaking it up and down, you just need to shake it and mix it from side to side. Distress inks, I believe, they have that little ball where you can actually help out and mix those powders inside, but Lindis don't have those. So because my paper is not being primed with gesso, then of course I am aware that when I will spray my spray, the ink will not get have possibility to get moved around. It will sit in place when I actually will spray, but I'm okay with that, and this is what I am going for. So I am going to just spray a little bit. So back to you, my lovely friends. My memory card was flashing and I didn't notice that obviously the video stopped recording. So let's just quickly recap. So I've sprayed my spray, Lindis Gunk spray, Okay, and this is what the effect I have. The spray already starts setting in few places. Can you see how gorgeous, how shimmery effect we are getting with this cool spray? Of course, there are different ranges of the sprays. There are flats, colors, and also the starburst, when obviously when they've got that shimmery as well added in them. Okay, this is a really cool one. Okay, so what I am going also to do, I am going to spray on my clay, like so. Okay, there we go, there we go, beautiful. Right, I'm gonna just go and get everything dry with of course the heat gun, and then I will come back and start working further on my panel. So let's just dive into this. Let's just dry those elements, and then we can move on to the next step. But also in the meantime, what I'm thinking of doing, I will spray the brown spray on this one, on this key, and I will be using Cattail Copper Brown shade. This is a cool shade, I will say. It's not too dark and it's not too bright. It's got a bit of a maybe redness in the shade, but I really like this one. So I'm gonna just spray a little bit, okay, and then I will just grab a brush and quickly will spread the rest of the ink on the sides of my embellishment. Okay, so then I will have everything nicely covered. And can you see how gorgeous, how shimmery the effect we get from the Starburst spray? Okay, I'm just gonna maybe grab a little bit of water. There we go. Just a little bit of water, spray on top, like so, and that will help me to move my to my color on side. There we go. It still will have shimmery effect on it, so don't worry about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and get this on sides. There we go. Okay, so I have everything nicely nicely spread, and then I will go and, like I said, I will get everything set with my heat gun, everything dry, but I also will clean my desk, and then I will come back to you and we will be working and moving on to next step of our creative process. Okay, so my elements are dry now. Take a quick look how beautiful these are. So pretty. I like that. And what I also want to do, I want to emboss them, and therefore I'm gonna just be super, like, you know, courageous. I haven't done that before. I don't know what to expect. I'm just gonna dip them into my embossing part. There we go, there we go, like so. Okay, like that, and then the key as well. Okay, and I want to add a bit of a embossing on those elements. So I'm gonna just bring my paper, there we go, and then I will just go again with this gold embossing powder. Just sprinkle a little bit on top. There we go. Let's see what's that gonna give me. Oh wow, this is pretty interesting. But as far as I can see, the ink actually went, I mean the embossing powder went onto the bottom layer of my elements, and I don't want to go that deep. So therefore I'm gonna grab a brush and I'm gonna just brush it off what I don't need. Just gonna grab a small brush. Okay, and I will just brush off what I don't want to emboss. So I'm just gonna go between the lines, really, like so. Okay, oopsie. Okay, there we go. So I will just want to emboss the letters from those little embellishments what I've created. It's kind of like a script, but that was actually inside the frame. If you're familiar with Sarah's collection, you know which molds I'm talking about. But I also will link all the products in the description box below the video, of course. So you can just have a look and make a use of those as well if you fancy. Okay, I'm just gonna go and try to quickly pick off the excess of the embossing powder I don't need. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I think I'm happy with that. I'm gonna leave that there, and then I will go quickly and get those embossed. I'm not gonna do that on the video because I don't want to have the noise on here. So let me just go and sort this out. But I also will put the excess of my embossing powder back into my jar. Okay. And to be fair, because I will be embossing, another element what I want to use for my project, I might as well just get that all already on the Chi-Birds, because I want to use these cool door Chi-Birds from Sarah's collection. So I'm gonna just get those front doors out, and I will just quickly apply the embossing powder on them as well. Okay, so I'll just quickly get that organized as well, and then I will go and emboss everything in one go, just rather going back and forth. So then we'll have all the elements good to go. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so that will be that. So this is what I am thinking of doing. So this is going to be like a front door panel, and it's going to have some flowers and layers and some maybe leaves, something. I'm not sure what I'm going to finish in with, but definitely I will do something about it. Let me just grab the scissors, and I will just cut a little those swirls as well, and I will put them into my composition. I will make a good use of those two. So I'm just gonna cut these swirls out like so, just roughly. Okay, 1, 2, maybe one more. Okay, we can have this one maybe. Okay, and I'm happy with that. So I can just put that away, and I will be embossing them with Lindisgang this time. And I have two cool sets here. I have a beautiful green, like a limey green, and like a turquoise blue, and I think that will nicely complement each other on this project together, because we've got those colors in the background already. So I'm not introducing anything new. I will just go and use what is already here. Okay, so I will just dab them into my embossing ink pad. There we go. 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 Quickly. Thank you. 1, 2. Okay, we need this as well, like so. And what I'm going to do with these embellishments, I'm actually going to mix those two embossing powders, but I will not, don't worry, I will not ruin them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to partially sprinkle them on my elements, and then I will fill up with the rest, or with the other color. So I will just go and add a bit of a green first in some places. Thank you, like this. Okay, right. So I'm gonna just grab my tweezers. Tweezers. Okay. And then I will just pick them up and dab the excess from them, like so. Put the excess of the green powder back into my jars, and then I will finish off with the blue one. Okay, so that way you're not gonna ruin your embossing powder, because you're not gonna mix two colors together. Okay, so let's just dive into this. Let's just get those panels quickly back on the card, and then we can just sprinkle the blue embossing powder on it. Thank you, like you, like this, like this, like this. Thank you. Okay, cool. And we can just dab off the excess from our blue embossing, and then that way we've got a mixture of two cool embossing shades. Okay, so I will just put them aside, dab off the excess from the panels. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's cool. Okay, and then I will go and emboss everything, and then I will come back to you so you will see the final results, and we're gonna start building our composition. So I hope this tutorial will be a bit faster, but it also will give you a good inspiration to take away and be creative. So I will come back to you when all my elements are ready, and then we can continue with building the composition on our card. Okay, I am back with all the elements set. This is just absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous what I have. So basically, with embossing on top of my elements, I've achieved the same effect what you would have done if you would have applied, for example, wax and just highlight your texture. But I think this is just so super rewarding, and it's so much nicer than just playing with the inks. This is, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, if you prefer with waxes, then that's by all means your choice. Take a look at these beautiful elements what I've created, mixing the two different colors of embossing powders, blue and green. Absolutely loving this. Take a look. Absolutely loving this. So without any further ado, I'm gonna just start building the composition. And because obviously the theme for the card is the new house, is congratulations, I also have those wooden embellishments what I've got from the works, and there's quite a few keys in this set. So I'm gonna just grab one of those and use in my composition as well. I'm just thinking which one I'm gonna use. Maybe this large one. Okay, let's go for the large one. And I am not going to do anything with this wooden embellishments, simply because if I do apply anything on it, it will just blend it out with everything rest, okay? Maybe I will apply a little bit of an ink. I'm not too sure yet, but at this point, I will just leave that alone. I'm gonna just peel off that sticky foam because I'm not gonna need it. So let me just bring my front panel, and I will start working on this layers. So I'm gonna just grab a piece of chipboard, and I'm gonna attach to the back of the panel, and that way I will be in a position to create a bit of a dimension between the layers. Okay, so my layers will not be flat. They will have a nice levels between, and that's something what I do usually create. That's something what I do usually make. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab my glue first, and then I will apply those elements at the back of my panel just to raise it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna just put them in few places. Okay, so then I will keep the level of the nice come on, I can't find a lot. So it will be level, it will be straight, it will not get just wavy, it will not get bumpy, if that makes sense, if that's a way of explaining it. I hope it is. Okay, so I have those in at the back of the panel. Oh, I'm running out of a glue. Hopefully it will be just enough till I will stick everything down. So I have this front panel here. Okay, cool, I like that. And because we've got this tracing wheel, so we can nicely lift the edges of our panels, and that way we'll have a nice dimension also created between the layers. But we can leave that and create that at the end. We don't need to worry on this now. This is just to mention, this is something what you can do. So I'm gonna just rub a little bit of a glue at the back of the doors, and I will just apply them to my card. Just a little bit. You don't need to apply too much. Okay, this is really nice. I like that. Okay, so my doors will be here. Okay, make them just even. Okay, cool, I like that. And now I can just start building the composition with rest of the elements. And I love that key to go on the center, so it will be just a nice focal point. But I also will want to apply those cute texture what I have. But I also will snap that in half like this. So then I can just put them underneath of my element like this. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like that. I like that. And without much thinking, I'm gonna just attach them by putting a bit of a glue at the back. Okay, and to level everything up, I will just apply a tiny piece of a chipboard just to lift everything to the same level, because obviously this clay will have a little bit of a thickness, so I need to just level everything up. Take a quick look how quickly we have a nice composition coming along. I'm gonna just move that a little bit to this side, lift this a little bit up. Okay, love, love, love that. Gonna just move that aside like this. Okay, this is cool. I like that. Gonna just bring it closer. Okay, loving it. Love, love, loving it. Okay, of course, as I said, I will have some flowers. And what else I'm thinking? Should I add this brick? Well, I suppose I can. Let me just get this quickly off, and I will just quickly try it on to see how that's gonna look. Well, to be fair, that will look really cool. So let's do this. Let's add you in. This is a Cheapert. This one is actually from the Romantic collection. This one's from the Journal collection. If you don't know, this collection is absolutely stunning, and I would recommend you to check it out. It is beautiful, and I absolutely love this collection. But I think this will go nicely together with that. Okay, cool. I like that. Oops, everything just fell off because it's not sealed yet. Okay, so let's just put it on quickly. Okay, 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 cool. Okay, let me just bring that closer. Look at this. So beautiful, so lovely. And we've got that beautiful shimmery effect with the embossed stamping as well at the bottom. Right, okay, so I'm gonna just put my glue away. I believe I don't need my glue anymore, but I have my hot glue gun plugged in, and I think it's good to go. So I've pulled out few flowers. I have a few Formiron flowers, and I think this will go nicely. And purposely I've got the yellow one because we've got a bit of a yellow going in the background. We've got gold embossing, so I think yellow will nicely just pop our composition. We'll have that little, like, you know, something like eye-catching happening. And then I have a beigey one as well. Okay, and I will use that in my composition somewhere. I will just implement it somewhere in between. But I also have a cute vintage ribbons, and these are actually handmade by my lovely crafty friend Isabella. Thank you so much, Isabella. You actually create those for me in a gift. So yes, they are absolutely lovely. Loving them. Okay, so I'm just thinking about building the composition. So I think if I will put these two flowers like this, that will nicely give me the okay, if I will, oh yes, that's gonna look really nice. I like that. I do like that. So without really thinking, I'm gonna just apply the glue on my flowers. I'm just gonna cut this excess of this hot glue, and I will apply this cute little flower there, and I will just press it to the angle. Okay, cute. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, I will get my yellow flower to the composition. Okay, right, you can just maybe go on this way. Okay, and I have this beautiful beige flower with a beautiful zirconic center. So I'm gonna just put that a little bit underneath like this. Okay, this is cute. This is lovely. I like that. And then I will put my ribbons as well. I will apply my ribbons to my composition. So I'm gonna just grab a little bit of a glue and get this one to this side like that. Take a look. This is really lovely, like highlighting everything in here. And I have this cool blue one. We've got a bit of a blue here happening, so I think this is gonna really nicely complement everything with the blue, and of course a bit of a green, because that's our tones of colors we were using in our embossings. There we go. Love that, love that. Okay, and I think the green one may go just somewhere around the side like there. Okay, yes, most definitely that will nicely fill in everything else. Okay, so let's just add this ribbon in. Okay, I don't need any more ribbons. This is just really cool as it is. Okay, and I'm just thinking of adding this cute little texture. Okay, this is gonna be really cool. If I will just maybe put that here, but I also could maybe no, I will add you here. Okay, so I will get a bit of a glue at the back and I will just put that underneath of my ribbons like this. Okay, that looks really cool. I like that. Okay, and then this little piece, do I need to put this in? No, I don't think I do really. To be fair, no, it will be just too much. And then I will put the key here, so we'll be just nicely popping through. I'm just thinking this way or this way. This way, yes. Okay, this one's not straight. Let's put you straight. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's put it them on the same angle as the rest. Oh, you can actually fit nicely on this side then. Okay, now I could actually use this there. Yes, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna just put that underneath of my flower like this. Then I will add my key to my composition. I'm gonna just add a bit of a glue at the back and I will just sling my key here. Okay, this is cool. I like that. And one key goes this way, the other key goes this way. That is fine, that is good, that's all fine. And I'm gonna put my little swirls also in my composition. I'm just gonna cut this a little bit so then I can create, oh yes, you go lovely here. Okay, right, let's just grab a bit of a glue, but I also will just round in this edge so it will look nicely like a continuation of the pattern. Okay, so let's just add a bit of a glue. There we go, lovely. Okay, cool. This little cuteness can go underneath here. Oh yes, most definitely. That will nicely pick everything, pick out from the bottom of a composition. So just sling that in. Okay. Then we have this cool one. Okay, this will look really cool here. I just need to get this a little bit cut like that. Okay, and this will go nicely here. Most definitely. So let's just add you here. Now, you asking me on my other social medias, how do I create a composition? It's kind of like a intuitive. It's like kind of like a, you know, trial. Kind of like a like, you know, you put it on and you see if it's appealing to your eye, if you're liking it, if you do think it is okay, then you can just put that in there. If you think it's not necessarily, then take it away and try a different one. It's like, you know, I can't explain really in words how does that work, but yeah, I hope that makes sense, and you will not find yourself lost with building the composition. You just basically need to give it a try to see what does work, what does go together. And majority of the time, I always say, I always work with the family colors. I always try to do the colors which go nicely together. I intentionally not introduce any other colors because it will just go a little bit of a like abstract. It will just get a little bit like, you know, too much. So if that's the good way of explaining it, then I hope that does make sense, and that's a good tip for you as well. Okay, and I have this last cute swirl. I'm just gonna slightly round that a little bit more. Okay, right, this is cool, and I need a little bit on this end. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, cool. And I think, where do I put you? Where do I put you? Do I? Oh, yeah. You are looking good here, but you are a little bit too big to go under this little flower. So let's just see what I can do. I can actually, no, that's fine. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there where it is. Oh, you actually can go nicely here. Okay, I'm gonna put you here. Okay, so I hope this video is not gonna be too long for you. I hope you have enjoyed this crafty session. I'm gonna go soon and finish off this video for you. I'm gonna try to edit it and put it on my channel as soon as I possibly can. As you know, I am quite busy doing other things, and I have two businesses. I have my travel business. By the way, if anyone is interested of making money online, by all means, feel free to contact me, and I will provide you details with how everything works, what you can get out from the business, how you can build a residual income as well. So yes, if that's something what is interesting you, feel free to message me, or just simply drop me a comment under the video, and I will get back to you. It's either on your email, whatever the contact you're gonna leave for me, I'll get in touch with you. So this is what I have. This is what is here. Okay. The one thing what I want to do is add the sentiment. Congratulations. Congratulations. So I think I'm gonna just lift that even further because that hasn't dried yet. Okay. I'm just thinking. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That will fit nicely there, but I will just cut that a little bit so it's not gonna be just super big. Okay. And I'm gonna also grab my ink. Okay, so I have Pillet Paint. This is a really cool ink. I absolutely love this shade. I'm gonna just add a little bit of a ink to it, so it will just not be so super bright. It will be just nicely, like, you know, a little bit blending together with rest of the colors. But I also will reach for the Corner Punch. If you fancy buying the Corner Punch, I will leave you the link in the description box below, where you can get this cute punch, and I hope it's gonna come handy for you as well. Okay, so I'm going to just apply a bit of a glue at the back. Okay, just lift my petals. Okay, this is cool. I like that. Little up. Okay, you go a little bit up so the Q will be more visible. Okay, cool. Like that. I like that. And the final touches, I'm gonna quickly grab white acrylic paint, and I'm gonna add, of course, a bit of splatters. So that will be all for it for today. I hope this video, it wasn't too long for you. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had good tips to take away as well, and all the steps all the way through what I've created, it was something what you have enjoy. Okay, so please also let me know what other video you'd like to see in the next week or so, and I'll see what I can do for you. So let me just bring that closer for you. Okay, right, so this is the front of a card. We've got a nice center where we can insert the white cardstock, where we can write a message for our recipient, and we've got a nice backing as well. So I hope that was really inspirational for you. I hope you had a good time. So I'm gonna just dash out, and I'm gonna celebrate my day. I'm gonna still enjoy the rest of the day. It's still morning. My coffee is cold. Have a sip of a coffee. Cheers, everyone. I'm sending you all kisses and love. Until the next time. Bye for now. Bye bye.